It was just like reliving it all again, and of course, my heart just aches for them.
For Sarah and Jim Brady, what happened in Arizona sounded all too familiar.
Do you remember much about what happened that day?
Too much.
That day was March 30th, 1981, when John Hinckley Jr. tried to kill then-President Ronald Reagan. White House Press Secretary Jim Brady was caught in the crossfire.
I was to the hospital before they started operating.
Wife Sarah recalls her conversation with Jim's neurosurgeon.
He said, your husband was shot over the left eye. It has gone through his brain and to the right side. He said, one thing we can be sure of is that he will have no use of his left arm, limited use of his left leg.
What happened almost 30 years ago triggered the Bradys' decades-long battle for tighter restrictions on guns, resulting in what's now known as the Brady Law. The law instituted background checks on buyers purchasing guns from federally licensed dealers. It also banned assault weapons. However, the ban expired in 2004.
It has stopped over 1 million people, way over 1 million people, that were prohibited from being able to purchase a gun. And I've got to believe that's lives saved.
The Brady Law, big accomplishment for you and your husband. Is there anything you'd like to see changed or updated?
First thing that we have to do is worry about these large capacity magazines that certainly were outlawed under the assault weapon ban. They have got to be eliminated. In Tucson, the young man who did that terrible, horrendous shooting had over 20 rounds in his weapon and was able to shoot 20 people within a matter of seconds.
Sarah Brady defines large capacity magazines as anything over 10 rounds.
Hunters in most states, 3 is the largest number they're allowed to use, 5 at the most, and yet we have open season on people.
In addition to renewing the ban, Brady wants to close what's called the Gun Show Loophole. Background checks are not performed when buying guns at gun shows or from a private seller. Brady would also like to see the 3-day waiting period reinstated so licensed gun sellers can receive what she calls a, quote, perfect background check.
Right now, with the instant check system, the mental health records are not very up to date at all. They're lagging way behind. And even in some states don't even get their criminal history records in on a timely manner. Delaware does have its own background check system, which I think is good. In fact, they had one even before the federal system went in.
Is this your legacy, gun control?
Well, it's one thing I'm very proud of.
Known as survivors and gun control advocates, not too many people know the Bradys are also Delawareans.
I started coming to the beach in Delaware when I was just a little girl.
After the Bradys married in 1973, the pair bought a vacation condo on Dewey Beach. The couple loved the Delaware beaches so much, they decided to retire right here in Rehoboth.
What is it about Delaware that keeps you here?
I just love the ocean. Jim does too. The birds, the small town atmosphere, the friendly people.
But the place overlooking Silver Lake that Sarah and Jim call home is now on the market.
This is too big a house for us to manage, and we love it with all our hearts and soul, but we need to get to something small.
The for sale sign went up 4 years ago, but Sarah Brady says when it does sell, not to worry, Delaware's their home. They're here to stay.